that's the...
Lots of jam on there.
Lots of jam.
Lots of jam.
You don't know me.
But see, that's a funny thing where you're always like diligent and always on time to work for like the one time that you're late. They're like, oh, it must have been traffic.
Yeah, and you're like, yes.
Yes, that's exactly what it was.
Many jams. Strawberry, raspberry, grape. Just all over the place. Just all over the place.
Strawberry, raspberry.
Sound like the Aladdin. Sound like the new.
Okay, here we go. We're going to play some Malifaux 3rd Edition, playing Rasputina versus Colette. 25 soul stones, plant explosives. So the strategy is plant explosives, and for schemes we have dig their graves, outflank, hold up their forces, assassinate, and vendetta. So for Rasputina, we have Rasputina, Wendigo, proxy, 3 Ice Gammon, and a December Acolyte. For Colette, we have Colette, Cassandra, Angelica, Performer, and 3 Doves. So we're going to get to it in just a second. Okay, hey, what's up YouTube, and welcome to another Malifaux 3rd Edition battle report. This time I'm taking on Sean's Rasputina crew with my Colette crew, and you can see the game is just going underway. There's the pre-game move by Angelica, and you can see I'm already making some progress up the corner, activating the first couple of times with some doves there. This is a normal first turn fare, so I'm going to go through it pretty quick. Sean is moving up with some gammon to counter. So this first turn is usually about, is Sean going to expose something for me to mess with at the end of the round, or is he going to play it safe? You can see another gammon coming around the corner there. And I'm just activating doves. You see I'll leave 1 there within 3 of Colette if I want to use a soul stone, if I want to do some high trickery. The gammon are all sliding behind the building. And what I'm most interested in seeing is that activation by the December Acolyte. So that looks like that's a little of Cassandra sliding past there. She's going to go engage the other corner where the other 2 gammon are headed. And again, waiting for that Acolyte to do something. Here he comes. He's going to come around the corner there, and he's going to shoot at my dove. Which is kind of interesting. I mean, if he shot at Angelica, he would have to deal with manipulative, so maybe that's not the best shot. But he's going to go ahead and shoot at my dove and just kill the dove, give me a card. Nothing interesting is going to happen here. I am going to pause and show you really quickly how poor my opening hand was. So let's have a look together, folks. Look at this. Look at this beautiful hand here. I'm going to flash this in front of the screen. Yeah, rocking great cards. Nothing higher than a 7, and not even a 6 book for me to throw a scheme marker out like I would want to do. So, but it's okay. I'd rather have that kind of hand in the first turn when really nothing is going to happen. Here comes Colette. She's going to slide up the board there, try a little presto changeo. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. That was just the performer who's just going to double walk. Nothing really to see here. But the idea is I could presto changeo with the performer if I want to get up the board. Here comes Angelica, who is just going to slide up the board there. She's going to try to suddenly doves there. I believe the Acolyte is just going to completely ignore that willpower 13. He's going to pass it. And I think she tries it twice, but to no avail. Nothing going on there. You can see that the Wendigo has come around the corner there, and now we're looking at Rasputina's first activation of the game. She's going to slide out from behind the building, and she's looking to put out some ice pillars early, which is what you normally need to do, right? So I think he's throwing that one out a little too far. I think what you do is really you put, you want to have one within 8, and you want to line up where you can shoot from the next turn. Maybe he put it within 8 because I think he he wants to shoot at something, but I don't think he has a good target there. It's probably just more doves. I think he ends up killing another dove. Yeah, he ends up killing another dove at the end of the turn. Colette's going to go fail, basically just fail, and we're going to end the turn there. And that's really where the board state is. So I'll go 6 to there. And so 1, 2, and that's 2. Yeah. And then, shoot, I didn't even do my 0. No, that was 1.
Okay.
So I just moved twice. Okay, that's turn. Wowie, wow.
So my
Okay, so here we go with turn 2. I end up... Wait, I don't think I win initiative here. Sean goes first, I believe, with a gammon or something. I completely forget what he goes with. It was, whatever it was not significant, but we're going to deal out some cards. Actually, sorry, no, I actually do win initiative here. So I win initiative, and first I'm thinking about maybe I just go straight in with Colette and start doing some damage on the December Acolyte. That's an initial thought, but I do have Vendetta on that Acolyte. And so it's more important to get the performer to do damage to that Acolyte. So if I bury him with her sword trick, this is bad. So we're just going to not do that right now. I am going to go ahead go with the performer. The performer is just going to go ahead and she's going to do seduction on the Acolyte. And she's going to win the duel. I'm going to cheat in a book to do 2 damage. And this is where I screw up, right? Because that probably would have been better just to go in with Colette and do the thing that I was trying to do. And plot twist or something to do like min 3 damage and then have the performer go in later. That way I could actually reveal the first point for Vendetta. But I screwed up because she's only done 2 to the Acolyte. I can't actually reveal that scheme. I'm going to move a dove over as a dummy activation because I want to see, with the Acolyte being distracted, I want to see if he's going to do anything first, maybe even try to shoot at something. But Sean wisely moves his Ice Gammon over instead. So now, okay, let's go ahead and go in. Now that the Vendetta reveal appears to be over, I'm just going to go in with Colette, move 1, do the sword trick. I think I end up doing like min 3 damage to the Acolyte and burying him. So we'll go ahead and bury that Acolyte. And then with my second action, I'm going to charge the Wendigo there. So I charge and I do her melee attack, which doesn't do any damage. This is just distracted and stunned. And this is an underrated ability for Colette because she comes in willpower 7, 2-inch melee. It's pretty nice. This is something that you want to go in when you're going into the teeth of an opponent. You want to go in and charge and do this ability because distracted and stunned is awesome. It gives you the ability to move that piece around if you want. And then finally, her third action, she's just going to go ahead and drop the dynamite there since she is over the halfway mark. So Sean's thinking about, okay, I need to put down something to bring that Acolyte back in. He did, all of that forward progress lost from him, basically infiltrating up the board and then getting removed, is super, super frustrating, right? So you got to be careful with those pieces around Colette because Colette can just essentially offset that entire from the shadows thing. He goes forward with an Ice Gammon and drops a scheme marker to kind of move the Acolyte forward. I'm going to go ahead and jog up Cassandra and then charge that little Ice Gammon there, kind of sliding myself into the trees. And Sean is so afraid of something happening here that he cheats big, I believe, to get out of this. So, I'm sorry. He does actually take some damage here, which is fine. All I really wanted to do, it looks like I nimbled and then charged, and then I interacted to drop more dynamite off and use Celebrity there to go ahead and distract that ice gammon that's taken. I think that gammon took like 2 damage from that attack. Okay. So it looks like that gammon wants to go now. And sorry for the poor camera angles here, guys. I was actually in the middle of setting up a few other things. There's a lot going on at the store here while we're playing. We'll actually have a little bit of a break later so that I can explain. We stop and shop for contrast paints. There's all kinds of stuff going on. Anyway, a couple of attacks go off on Cassandra there from that ice gammon, and really it's to no avail. There's just a lot of thinking here about what do you actually attack in this Colette crew, because I have so much manipulative. I have Cassandra does have a little bit of defensive tech. She can actually use finesse to give herself negatives on melee attacks, but that turn she didn't. I used nimble and then a charge, but still not much happening there. We're gonna go with, looks like Sean's gonna go with Rasputina, and I don't recall, like, she's gonna try to shoot. I think she ends up taking 3 shots or 2 shots on Colette through the ice pillars and through the Wendigo, and it's just a bad idea, right? This is a common mistake. You're so tempted to attack Colette, but that's exactly what Colette wants you to do, right? So anyways, Angelica says bring on the next act, moves the showgirl up, tries suddenly doves on a couple of different targets, does nothing with that activation. That's fine. It's okay. A little distracted on that gammon would have been cool, but ultimately no big deal. And yeah, things are not going so well here for Sean, because he feels like he's being trapped in a corner here with these performers kind of working around his location and just kind of keeping his jaws shut, right? And the attitude we take here is like, if you're gonna attack a beast, it's harder to pry the mouth open than it is to keep it shut. And that's kind of the Colette philosophy there. So this is going to go ahead and end the second turn with not much going on. Next turn?
Yes.
We each score a point.
Do we?
Yes. Because, you don't have any dynamite.
Yeah, that's why I was like, no.
I score 1?
You score 1.
He's out to the boom boom.
Because you had 2 dynamites placed out.
Get the dynamites. Okay, so third turn is underway. With the doves going down, I now am getting some pass tokens, and that's nice. That's allowing me to go first. And Colette is going to go ahead and make some short work of the Wendigo here. So we'll see Colette concentrate and then do sword trick, get to moderate damage, and just basically one-shot the Wendigo. So, and then while all this is happening, like I was saying, the store is very busy. Andrew's in. He's looking at some models, and he's talking to Yvonne, and he's selling Yvonne on this Yoku crew. And the whole idea of the Yoku crew really being a control/hard trolling crew has got her super excited. I know I'm talking about other stuff, but you can see what happens here. Your little star go down for Vocus, and then I'll kill the poor Wendigo here. So concentrate and then sword trick to kill the Wendigo. Yvonne is excited about Yoku. She wants to make it happen. And listen, folks, if you want to make this happen for Yvonne, yeah, by all means, send her a Yoku crew. Message me on my channel. Send it to her, and then we can shoot a report of her trolling the shit out of me with the Yoku crew. So, quick intermission here while you hear all of this go down.
She's from the 10 Thunder. She leads like an Asian game. So it's her.
Selling her on another crew.
No, trust me, the Geisha gang actually sounds really good. Trust me.
I want to play the Geisha game. Who is that?
Yeah, Yoko.
He says there's a Geisha game.
From 10 Thunder.
Chris plays.
Yeah.
And they have flower dresses?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyways, that's what's going down this whole time while we're playing here. Colette's going to continue her activation, and I believe she is going to do some presto changeo on the December Acolyte, right? So, I'm not sure. Could I have done all that? Wait, focus? Yeah, because focus, free move, and then single move to their third action is Presto Changeo. So Presto Changeo happens on the December Acolyte, who was distracted, I believe, a little bit earlier from either, I think it was the performer that did distract on him a little earlier. And there we go. So distracted, he's going to activate within 6 of Colette. And this is where you go from bad to worse, because now he's going to gain stunned. So again, this is like standard Colette stuff happening. That's how she's going to get into your crew. She's going to mess with you. She's going to throw out a bunch of distract. When you activate within 6, you're now going to gain stunned. That's going to hamper your AP, and it's going to remove the possibility of triggers, and it's just debilitating. So it's tough when you're playing into her game of let's just keep attacking Colette. The Acolyte there, I believe it looks like he's going to spend his distract to shoot at something. I believe he shoots at either Angelica or the performer. But bear this in mind. He's distracted +1. He's stunned. If he fires at Colette, that's Serene Countenance. That's a double negative. If he fires at Angelica, who hasn't activated yet, that's and in cover, that's a triple negative. And if he attacks the performer, that's a double negative. So super, super bad, right? There's nothing. I'm sorry, the showgirl, because the showgirl also has manipulative. So the best odds there would be to activate and, face a single negative by focusing, but none of those are good. I think his best option there would have been just to walk off because it's bad time. Anyway, there were some melee attacks, it looks like, that were happening over there. The Gammon walks over and finally drops a bomb. This is cool. Angelica is going to move the performer up, and she's going to drop some explosives on that side of the board. Meanwhile, this Gammon over here is going to head over and he's going to attack Colette. He attacks a dove, I think. Kills a dove. Okay, well, that's better than attacking Colette. So he just wants to get rid of the doves. He wants to, limit my ability to move around the board and access soul stones without spending my actual soul stones. Okay. On the other side of the board that you can't see there, and I need to move the camera, it looks like I'm about to get going with some of the girls on that side. So here we go. This is going to be a charge by the performer against the December Acolyte, and I want to get him below half health. So I'm hoping that Hairpin does like weak damage, right? Although this Acolyte has already taken something like 5 damage, and so I'm aiming for 1 damage. Unfortunately, I think I hit too hard and I accidentally kill him. So that doesn't allow me to reveal Vendetta, but it does mean I'll get the second point if the performer lives. So now I'm going to start playing a little conservatively with her. So after the charge, she's just going to back off and start slinking away there for fear of getting shot in the face by Rasputina. So, this is just us getting used to the crews and then also getting used to even schemes. So Rasputina's going to go. She's putting some ice pillars around Colette to attempt to contain her. And again, I don't know if this is what we do, right? Colette's whole deal is pay attention to me, look at me, attack me, and you're spending resources to play that game with her. It's not how I would have done it. I don't know if I would do any better in Sean's shoes or not, but I don't think this is the way to go. I think those ice pillars go down to contain the other girls, so they should be cast. I think Rasputina should be sliding around the other side of the board, not only away from Colette, but towards the center of the board so that she can do... she can actually drop, I believe, she has 1 dynamite on her. So I think she should do that. But she's going to put some ice pillars down. I think she attempts to break one to try to do damage to Colette. That doesn't work, that's also not a bad thought, but not working. And so the turn is going to end kind of where we were before. Okay. All right. So end of turn 3. You have 1, and I have 1 also. So it's 2-1 going into turn 4.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, so here we go into turn 4. Again, these are kind of cool, these little short games like this, because you get a little bit of flavor from the crew, and you're just lean enough to do your strats and schemes, and every model counts. So it's cool. You get to learn your crew. This is really where I like to be, folks. I like to be 25, 35. 50 Soulstone games can be fun, but they're going to take a while, and those are pretty intense games. I feel like Sean and I have a fairly intense game here going with just us playing around half points. So it looks like Sean is going to go first. Oh, sorry. Colette's going to go first. She is going to do sword trick on Rasputina because it's mean. That's like just not a nice thing to do. Because there's no... I'm trying to limit his forward progress. If Rasputina really wants to stay within arm's reach of Colette, it's going to be rough, right? So I do the min 3. I bury Rasputina, and then just to make matters worse, I go ahead and use an interact to get rid of that scheme marker. So this is just crippling at this point, right? So no forward progress, back in the deployment zone he's looking at, and that gammon there is looking pretty sad. I should point out, though, the one thing that the Ice Pillars did is it did actually force me to discard a card or gain slow. But yeah, this is super bad. Meanwhile, on this side of the board, it looks like the gammon are going to go. And I think they're just going to try to do... It looks like that gammon up the board left his dynamite there. This gammon here is going to die to Cassandra, because why not? Cassandra is then going to add the finesse to make herself negative against melee attacks, and then just walk over to that side of the board. So now I'm trying to figure out, okay, can I get outflank? And outflank is tough with corner deployment, even for the Colette crew. So with the Vendetta kind of off, the reveal off the table, trying to save a point there with my performer, who's just going to continue to hide. Sean doesn't have many activations left. I think he comes back with Rasputina, just kind of slinks around the corner. You can see Cassandra slides in the corner there. I'm sorry, Angelica slides in the corner, drops off another dynamite. It moves the performer back. So here comes Rasputina back in her deployment zone. She's going to slink around here. She decides to come around the other way, which is smart. Just stay away from Colette at this point. And I believe she does a little bit of damage to... oh, no. Actually, she doesn't. She comes back around this way, puts out an ice pillar, and then tries to shoot Colette. Just stop. Don't do that. Don't shoot at Colette. But yeah, we're going to... Those are all going to miss again because Serene Countenance, because we're not focusing or anything like that. It's just going to give Colette more stuff. The Gammon on the other side gave slow out to Cassandra. So we're going to score turn 4. And that's turn. It's going to be... I'm going to score another one. You're going to score 1. Wait. You still only have 1 dynamite down? 2 dynamites. You have this and that. Yeah. Okay. So you're at 2 and I'm at 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Going into last turn. Okay, so not much to talk about here on the final turn. Really, it's just more of the same. Sean doesn't have enough activations left to keep up. Rasputina, I believe, is going to try and take a couple of pot shots. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it looks like he's trying to figure out moving up the board if he wants to do that. He ends up putting he ends up getting slow on Cassandra there with the with that ice gammon who's already dropped off his dynamite, which is important because slow means I'm not going to be able to get breakthrough with Cassandra, but I do have another option, and this is something that Sean is going to play into actually, and again, it's not the best, right? So I'm going to go with Cassandra. I'm going to nimble, and I'm not sure if I'm not sure if I was able to drop that dynamite. It looks like I did. Maybe I was slow last turn, but it looks like I was just able to just nimble over, and then no, I don't think that dynamite counted, right? I don't recall. There's actually a couple other dynamites that go down, so it's not a big deal if that was the case. So anyways, Sean is going to go try to shoot Colette again with Rasputina. I actually let one of these go through because it's on purpose, because I want her to use her fadeaway trigger, because now that Cassandra can't do it, I'm just going to go ahead and let Colette do it. She, take a little bit of damage, but so what? I'll be able to pop up over on the other side of the board and gain my outflank. So that's going to end the game. We'll go ahead and score it. Thanks everyone for watching, and we will catch you on the next one.
Let's see, that's the reason why I knew that I have to go after Colette.
Okay.
Because...
So, we both score on the scenario, right? That puts you at 3 or 4? 3.
3.
Puts you at 3. I have outflank.
Mm-hmm.
So I was at 3 going into the turn. Outflank puts me at 4. Dynamite puts me at 5. Vendetta puts me at 6.
Yep.
Good game.
Yep.
Good game, sir.
Good game.
Okay, let's watch some Guild Ball.